is the liquid of life. We all need it to survive. Water, choose water first, water. We all know it in precious, should be enjoyed by all of us. Talking about water, choose water first, water.
A big announcement this week on Water Wednesdays. The prohibition notice has officially come to an end. It came to an end on August 31st. Now, we're here to explain to you what that not only means for the country, but what it means for you, our valued customers. That's why we're speaking to the General Manager of the Barbados Water Authority today, Keithroy Halliday. Keithroy, good to have you back on this edition of Water Wednesdays. Are we in a better position now as far as our water resources are concerned? Let's start there.
It is but a pause in essence. At this juncture, what we're seeing is some recovery in our inland wells, the stabilization of the chlorine level, so to speak. But on the coastal wells, while there's some stabilization, there will still be some cause for concern. So in combination really with the Met Office prediction for improved rainfall, at least similar level of rainfall in September and more in the months of October, November, with that optimistic forecast, we believe that we can safely cease the prohibition at this point. There is, however, a very, very strong caution for all concerned that the conservation methods that we've been encouraging, and for those of you at home who have been definitely taking this into serious account, we do want you to continue with those conservation measures. The end of the prohibition is not a free-for-all where you just run out and you start using your water hoses and you don't pay attention to how you manage or temper the use of your water. That must continue. The very real possibility will exist that if that does not happen, we may be forced to reimpose or to impose a prohibition notice. So for us, really, this is a moment of reflection. Yes, we are holding on the prohibition, and we're saying to everyone, continue to practice the conservation measures. We will certainly make sure that we step up our marketing in that regard, or PR in that regard, to remind everyone what is required or what they should be conscious of, what they should be doing.
So you spoke about some areas that there was some level of recovery and some other areas that you're still closely monitoring. What will that monitoring process look like going forward over the next few months?
On a weekly basis, we look at the salinity profiles, and that's simply where the water interfaces with the salt water and the level and depth of where that is in the simplest terms. We also look at the chlorine levels, and particularly on the coastal wells. We're always concerned with saline intrusion. So the degree to which that is happening, the degree to which our water is quote unquote salty or affected by chlorides, that is what we monitor on a weekly basis. And that determines to the extent in which we need to either slow our pumping or in some instances go to the extreme measure of having a prohibition. It has to become endemic. It has to become the part of what we're doing. To that extent, we are not yet seeing that. There's still an expectancy that the Barbados Water Authority will be able to provide water at the level that people would want at all times. There's still not a full acceptance, or dare I say understanding, that the climate change crisis is affecting us in a very real way, and that going forward we're going to be continually challenged to manage the situation if folks are not doing their part. We need everyone on board with this. Whether we're able to produce additional water, whether it's through desalination or otherwise, we still have to practice water conservation measures. Most of the alternate ways of producing water will be more expensive than groundwater abstraction. So if it is that we can't temper it, we're going to be pushed more and more towards more expensive forms of producing water, and therefore it would affect our cost of production.
Well, of course, thank you, Keithroy, for sharing with us on this edition of Water Wednesdays. So a reminder, yes, the prohibition notice has come to an end, but we still want you to conserve. Thank you for watching another edition of Water Wednesdays. To view this or a previous episode again, please visit our website, www.barbadoswaterauthority.com. Please go to our Facebook or Instagram pages for additional details and information, and subscribe to our Water Wednesdays channel on YouTube. You can find us there.